welcome in everybody. Just wait a few minutes as we get the waiting room into Zoom here. If you can have your cameras on with us tonight, we would love that. We are so excited to have you here for our very first wellness studio. And even if you've been in our oil community for a long time, maybe you've been here for a couple of years, actually let us know in the chat how long you've been part of our community. We'd love to know who we've got in the group tonight, but you're going to learn something new tonight for sure. This is a fresh approach we are taking to guide you beyond the realm of using oils for pretty smells. I think that our beautiful, powerful essential oils have fallen into this category in the last few years of just being something that we're only able to talk about in a very limited way online. And as we've seen this happen, when we first started sharing doTERRA years ago, 10 years ago, there was so much more we were able to teach on when it came to the oils. And over the years, it's just things have changed and we've had to really pull back. And so we are here today in the Wellness Studio because we wanted to offer you an opportunity to come in and learn how to use specific oils and products for your top health concern in a way where we don't need to hold back so much. I'm joined by 7 of my faves tonight to teach with you, to teach to you guys. And we collectively have about 80 years of essential oil experience behind us and certainly living this wellness lifestyle, right? So we have so much we want to share. And so much of our own personal experiences and late nights, staying up and looking things up using the oils. All of us that are teaching you tonight here are mothers. We've been where you are, those 2 a.m. nights with our children where we're wondering, what else can I try to provide a solution for my child or for anyone in the home? Like we've navigated so many things. And this class tonight, we've designed it so that you can find your solution, find a path for really focusing on whatever health goal you're focusing on right now and really see it through to bring your body in that area into homeostasis. We've designed the class so that you can stay with us for the full 90 minutes tonight. We'd love for you to do that. We're actually going to do some giveaways throughout the class for those of you that are staying on. However, we totally get it. Sometimes we just can't commit to things that long, right? So we designed this so that you can actually join the 10-minute segment that you really want to learn about tonight. So you're going to see people hopping in and out of the Zoom room tonight for their specific topic. We're going to keep an eye on that waiting room as we go. While we're just getting settled, I'm just going to take a few minutes to go over your notes package with you guys. I hope that you all received this. And if you didn't, I'm actually going to just go ahead and paste it into the chat for you guys right now. You probably did receive it, being that you have this Zoom link, but just want to go through it really briefly with you here. So this is a simple PDF, which the very first page shows you the timeline for tonight. So if you have to go put the baby down or you want to go make yourself a tea or whatever, or go to the bathroom, have a look at the schedule to see when your topic is going to be, because that's the one that's obviously why you're here. We are going to knock this out of the park tonight. We've committed to doing 8 of the most requested topics in doTERRA, 10 minutes each. So think of this as like speed dating. Any of you ever do that? Where you go table to table? We're going to teach you how to go steady with your oils tonight. And not speed date anymore. But for tonight's education, we're going to move really quickly, but we're going to hang out in the chat with you and help you with your questions, and the teacher will be there with you too. So have a look at that schedule, print it out, maybe that's easier. Then what you're going to find is we've created a simple 1-page notes package for each topic. So here you're going to find a little space for you to take notes. And then what I wanted to explain here were the 3 little collections at the bottom of each note page. So we have 3 kit options for each topic. Now, this is really geared towards those of you that are not yet part of doTERRA. You don't have a doTERRA account. We wanted to make it really easy for you to know what to start with based on what your health focus is. These 3 kits are varying in price, so you can choose your adventure. So kit 1 is going to be anywhere between $50 to $80. Kit 2 is going to be around $100 to $150. And then kit 3 will be anywhere between $150 to $300. Some of them are. When you go with kit 2, that $1 to $150 price range, it's going to come with free shipping. When you choose kit 3, it's going to come with free shipping and a free diffuser. So these are also great for you to look at if you are a current customer. I see a lot of our current customers in the room tonight. This gives you a good plan. Like what products would I want to think about adding to my next order to support me in that goal, whether it's cleaning or glowing skin or using oils for pain support or immune system, whatever topic you're here for, there's a sheet for you with those kit collections there. Now, one important thing we want to note for those of you that are not yet doTERRA customers, the person that invited you is able to give you reduced pricing on the kits. So you'll want to either know their full name or their doTERRA ID number, because with that, when you go to purchase these kits, you're going to be able to purchase them at 25% off, and there's no enrollment fees. There's no hidden fees, no fine print, nothing. You're just going to get a nice reduced price because of the friend who invited you. So you'll want to message them if you don't know their full name or grab their customer ID number. So we go through that with you. It's kind of hard to show on here, but when you get past the notes pages, we have a section that shows you how to order at 25% off. We also talk a little bit about the monthly rewards program that doTERRA has, which is optional. If you like to earn free products based on this lifestyle or living this lifestyle, then you'll want to read through this section. And then we just have some really helpful resources towards the end. We have the latest product catalog linked up for you there. We have some information on why and how the oils work so well. We've got a little DIY shop there. And then we've got some free education linked up at the end there. So before we dive into tonight's class, I'll let you know that next week, if you want to join us back here in the Zoom room, we're going to be doing our MetaPower Health class, which we run 3 times a year. And we run this in the month before we run our Meta 30 program, which is a metabolic health program. Leading that program this round is Rebecca and Susan. If you guys want to wave, they'll be teaching tonight as well, obviously. So that class is happening next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern if you want to join us for that. And then the one other thing I wanted to give a shout out to, which is another really cool offering we're doing as a team this year, is the Social Sharing Studio. I don't know how many of you have really fallen in love with this lifestyle. If you've been a customer with us for a couple of years, you're probably thinking, I wonder what that would look like to share the products and either earn free product back or earn cash commissions. We have created this program for you to guide you in whatever path you want to choose there. There's lots of different cool earning opportunities with doTERRA. So we wanted to mention that right off the hop here because we'll be running that in April. We're going to actually try Saturday mornings this year. Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. You can cozy up with us, no makeup, bedhead, grab a tea and learn with us. So that's coming up and you'll find the link for that towards the end of your ebook. So, all right, it is 8:10, which means intro time is over. So I'm going to grab my schedule. If we are ready to rock, we're going to bring on Megan Terzis. She's going to kick off talking about the foundation of wellness. So she's going to go through some of our top supplements, and this would be a great time for you guys to ask any questions about supplements and just about how to really get started in this lifestyle. Meg is the queen of this, and we'll help out in the chat as she goes. So take it away, Meg.
All right. Yay. I'm so excited. And I'm excited to be kicking it off with you. I am going to be speaking on the Wellness Foundation. And as you guys, a lot of you guys have been with doTERRA for a while, or there's some of you guys that are new. And in doTERRA, we have our wellness pyramid. And at the very bottom of the wellness pyramid, we have really the foundation, right? It's eating well and exercising, but really supplementation plays a big part in this. And I'll just kind of share a really, really brief story quickly. So I've been in the fitness industry for over 15 years, and I've always worked with trainers and coaches, and I've always been told to take a multivitamin. And I was like, okay, fine. So ran out to Shoppers Drug Mart and bought myself some multivitamins. And I can say that I never felt a difference. I never saw a difference, felt a difference. And I really thought multivitamins were a complete waste of time. I don't know if anyone has ever been in that situation or have spent money on multivitamins and was like, that was the biggest waste of money ever. That was me. And then I got introduced to doTERRA, and about a year later, I found out doTERRA had multivitamins. And fun fact, our Lifelong Vitality multivitamins are doTERRA's #1 selling product. Just a fun fact. So when I started to dive in a little bit deeper with doTERRA, I started reading a lot about Lifelong Vitality. I was watching the testimonials and all these people say how amazing they felt using these supplements. So of course I was curious, and long story short, I have been on these supplements for almost 8-9 years now. I've been doTERRA user for 9. I've been on the supplements for 8 years. And when I go off of them, or if I don't take them, I feel a difference. So if you are looking for more energy, if you are looking for less brain fog and just more clarity, who doesn't need that in their life? I highly recommend Lifelong Vitality. All right, so I'm going to break this down super quick. I'm already 2 minutes in. I'm watching the clock here. All right. So what Lifelong Vitality has in it? All right. The first one I'm going to talk about is our Microplex VMZ. This is our food nutrient complex. This is the multivitamin. This has all of the 22 essential vitamins and minerals that you need that you're not getting in today's diet. Unfortunately, even though we can eat super, super healthy, we're not getting everything that we need. So it's nice to supplement so that you're getting all the vitamins and minerals that you're not getting in the food that we are buying in our grocery stores. We also have our XEO Omega, which is our omega supplement, which of course is good for joint, cardiovascular, and brain health. That's all I'll say about that because we all need that in our life. And then what's really cool about this lineup of products is that we also have our Alpha CRS, which is our cellular vitality complex. Now, this is unique for doTERRA because this actually works with the cells. So as we age, our cells start to diminish and, they age with us. But this is great because it helps to keep those cells alive and active and young. So that is such a great lineup. Now, along with taking a multivitamin, I do suggest also thinking about our gut. So gut health is huge. A lot of issues that we have, whether it's sleep or digestive issues, it can stem from the gut a lot of times. And so it's important to make sure that we have a good gut health. All right. How do we have good gut health? Well, we want to obviously make sure we're eating the proper diet, taking the right supplementations, exercising and sleeping well. Like there's a number of things that you could do, but I also recommend taking our Terrazyme. This is a digestive enzyme. So if you have food intolerances, maybe you feel bloated after eating certain foods, you might want to look into our Terrazyme product because it will help with the breakdown of food. All right. So I don't take this every single day. This guy comes in handy, especially on the weekends when we tend to indulge a little bit more. Maybe we're going out for dinner. You can take this before your meal. You can take it after your meal, but really it is just such a great product to have. I'm so grateful for this product. And if you guys have Digestin, it's a great one that goes with that one as well. Our PB Assist, this is our probiotic. All right. Now I do recommend a probiotic. Probiotics are great for helping with, promotes a positive balance of beneficial bacteria in the body. All right. So this actually has 6 billion active bacteria in here. And what's really cool about this is it is a dual chamber capsule. So you actually will get prebiotic and probiotic. All right. And it actually gets in, it goes past the stomach so that the stomach acid doesn't eat it up. And then it gets in, it does its job. Okay. This is unique and it's a very good probiotic considering some of the probiotics that are available to us today. If you are looking for one, I highly recommend this guy. All right. So that is our supplements and that is our supplement line. Just a really quick little blurb for you guys, just so you guys know about it. I would love to know in the chat who is using LLV, who loves it, because it is hands down mine and my husband's favorite product. All right, I'm going to move on to, because we were talking about the foundation of wellness, and I want to highlight, now I did highlight, the LLV, but I want to highlight 3 of my favorite products that doTERRA has. I want to say oils, but one of them's a roller and one of them's beadlets and one of them's an oil. So here are something that, someone who has taken their wellness to the next level. This is something that myself and a lot of you guys probably on here or my business partners do is we use lemon every day. We put this in our water. This is great for digestion. This is good for cleansing the liver, helping with detoxifying the body. So a drop of lemon in your water every day is actually very, very beneficial. So lemon in the water. All right. If you're needing some energy throughout the day, again, a foundation, peppermint. All right. Now, if you don't, have peppermint oil, or if you are in the market to buy peppermint, try checking out the peppermint roller bottle. This is great because it's not getting on your hands. You're not going to be tempted to, put your hands in your eyes, but you just literally roll it where you need it. And it's great for head tension, headaches. It's a great pick-me-up. It's my pre and post-workout oil, and one that I absolutely love. And then the third product I'm going to share with you guys is part of our MetaPower line. Now, because I only have 3 minutes left, I can't dive in and talk for an hour on MetaPower and how much I love it. But that's okay, because Susan and Rebecca are going to talk about MetaPower next Monday night at 8 p.m. as they're going to kick off our next MetaPower class, and they're going to run our next Meta 30 program. And we're going to, and we'll share more with that with you guys. But MetaPower is one of my new favorite lines. And for those of you guys that are new to this, it is collagen to the next level. It is all about metabolic health. All right. So I want to share with you guys really quickly our MetaPower beadlets. So our beadlets are basically just a little form, about half a drop or like a quarter of a drop. Ange, what's our beadlets? It's a half a drop, I think, right? Of the essential oil. What is in here? Grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. It has 5 different essential oils. Now, these 5 essential oils are actually shown to help to curb cravings. So if you are someone who is looking to maybe lose a little bit of weight, they're kind of worried about, maybe they're grazing too much and eating too much throughout the day, and you're needing something to kind of cut some of those cravings, I highly recommend popping a MetaPower beadlet or dropping MetaPower in your water. They have the MetaPower gum. I mean, there's a whole lineup, but we're going to talk beadlets. So this you just pop, and it kind of helps to kind of quench some of those cravings. Another cool thing about this is that these oils are actually shown to help to decrease fat cell maturation, so fat cell growth. All right. So again, when we're talking about a little bit of weight loss and some things to help you in that department, you're going to want to check out the MetaPower line. So anyways, those are some of the products that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. I am done a minute before I'm supposed to be. That is really good. All right. So we talked lifelong vitality. We talked Terrazyme probiotic. All right. So Terrazyme is our digestive enzyme, PV Assist probiotic, and 3 of my favorite oils to use. And these are great for the Wellness Foundation. Ta-da. Yay. Everyone's clapping. All right. All right. We're moving on.
So good, Megan. Proud of you. See, you did it. You didn't think you could. Okay, up next, you guys, we have Colleen Newton. She gets to start a minute early. Take it away, Colleen. You're going to go back to natural cleaning.
All right. Hello, joining you from my kitchen, because this is where I do a lot of my green, clean masterminding. When I got started with oils 7 years ago, one of my main reasons was to decrease the toxic exposure in our home. So just like when Meg is talking about the foundation of wellness and how so many of those products contribute to your overall health, so does your exposure to harmful, unnecessary chemicals. So I was really tired of purchasing products that were all natural or green products, and only later to find out that they actually weren't green at all. Companies can be very, very smart with their marketing. And if you don't take the time to research and look into it, then often you can be led to believe that something is a lot cleaner than it is. So just quickly, I'll let you know that there is a website called the Environmental Working Group, and you can go there and put your products that you might be using now, because some people maybe are non-believers that essential oils actually are great for cleaning, but in many cases they work a lot better than what you might commonly be using. And you can put in the products that you're using, and they'll spit out a toxicity rating for you. And you'll be blown away at how harmful a lot of those products might be that you're using. So consider this your PSA to start green cleaning with essential oils, because they'll be so much better for your health. Okay, so my first package, which is the mini green cleaning kit, is 3 different products. So the first one is our On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. To me, this is a product that needs to be hands down in every single home. What I love about it is that you can use it and it replaces a whole whack of other products that might be in your cleaning cabinet. It also is formulated with the On Guard blend. So you are boosting and protecting your immune system as you're cleaning, safe for kids, safe for pets, safe for inhaling while you are doing your cleaning. And it also is super cost effective. So one of these bottles, you're going to use 2 to 3 tablespoons of it in your bottle, depending on what you're using. So this here is a 10-ounce mister bottle. And I use 2 tablespoons of this in here. So if you were using a 16-ounce bottle, you could make 18 of these cleaners. So it really will last you a long time as well, which I love. So when I'm using this, like I said, I will just put 2 tablespoons in here, and I use it for all the things: spraying the countertops, in the kitchen, in the bathroom. I will just squirt a little bit in the toilet and let it sit and then brush it around. It also is an amazing stain remover. So if you have any sort of stains on your clothing, you can just put a drop on this right away, of this on the spot right away, maybe let it soak in a little bit of cold water, and it really does work every single time. So that is the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. Now, next up, I chose to include our latest and greatest cleaning formula, which is the Abode Essential Oil. Now, this has a whole line of products infused with this amazing oil, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to talk about the oil tonight, because most of the things I'm talking about will include a little bit of DIYing, but we do have products that you can use if you're more of a kind of plug and play type of girl. So this one, again, what I love about it is that you can replace a whole bunch of other oils that you might have been using for cleaning with this oil alone. So in here, you'll get some citrus, which is great for cleaning. There's tea tree in here, which is another oil that we love to clean with. There's arbor vitae, there is eucalyptus, there's lemon eucalyptus, which is great at eating odors. There is cassia, cilantro, lemon myrtle. So what doTERRA did was they ran through, I think it was 36 oils. Yes, they did. They tested 36 oils, and they narrowed it down to 10 that were the greatest and best known for limiting bacterial and mold growth, and also smelled good. So what they came down to was this Abode blend. And again, you can use this to make an all-purpose cleaner. What I like to do is add 10 drops of this in with my On Guard Cleaner Concentrate to just boost the cleaning properties of it. You can also, again, just drop it in anywhere that there's any sort of stink. You can drop it to help to give it a fresh aroma. You can drop it in toilets. You can use it for so many different things. So that is the Abode oil. Next up in my mini kit is arbor vitae. Now, this might be a little bit of like, oh, I never really thought about that one to have such great cleansing powers, but it is a super powerful cleaner. And the other thing that I love about this is that it's a natural wood preservative. So I will use this with my cleaner concentrate in the mop bucket. So I'll do a couple squirts of this, and then I'll put about 10 drops of arbor vitae, and I'll mop all my floors with it. And not only does it smell like an amazing, beautiful, calming cedar cabin, but it also helps to protect the wood floors and has those super powerful cleansing properties too. So that is the mini collection. Now, next up in my 100 PV collection, I'm going to add on 2 additional oils. So the first one, which I'm sure won't surprise anyone, is lemon. So lemon is like another basic oil that needs to be in every home. Cleansing powers, it's really good for purifying the air. But why I like to add it to this cleaning kit is that it's really good at helping you remove any sort of stubborn stickiness. So whether you have a sticker that won't come off of something, or maybe sap got on something, or gum on the carpet, you can use your lemon, drop it right on there, and it will help to dissolve that substance and help to clean up right off. It also is really good at cleansing produce. So you can use that in your kitchen too, or in the bottom of your tub, or anywhere at all. So lemon just has more of those powerful cleansing agents. Next up is AirX. Now, this might be another one that you're like, oh, that's kind of something that I might never have thought of. But for me, green cleaning isn't just surfaces. It's also the quality of the air in our home. So this one is a powerful air purifier. So I will put this on our furnace filter, or as I'm vacuuming, I have a handheld Dyson. So I'll just take off and put a couple drops of it right on the filter. So as I'm vacuuming, it also is blasting AirX into the air, but also really great just for diffusing. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but the inside of our home are often more commonly toxic and fill with more pollutants than even the outside of our home. So it's really important to keep the air clean that we're breathing, since we do spend so much time inside of our homes. So this is one that I would definitely include in your green cleaning collection. Okay, so last but not least is my 150 PV collection. So this one, along with all the other products here, would give you that free diffuser, which is amazing because a diffuser is also really important for having those green cleaning properties in your home. It'll help you reduce those synthetic fragrances and also help you to purify the air if you're using anything like wax melts or candles or plugins or things like that. Okay, so first one I added to this kit is lavender. Now, I just spoke of synthetic fragrances. This one I love for replacing those. So you can use it on your dryer balls in the laundry room to help to get rid of dryer sheets or fabric softeners that you might be using. Gosh, I could go on about green cleaning for like hours and hours. I don't even have time to get into all the laundry room stuff, but that's my favorite room to green clean because there are so many hidden chemicals in there that are unnecessary completely. So lavender, great for that. You can make linen sprays with it. You can make a closet refresher. It just has a beautiful calming scent to it that will help you to beautify and green up your home. And then lastly, I included a hand wash. So this is our On Guard foaming hand wash. It's my favorite of the hand washes that we have because again, it's infused with On Guard essential oils. So you're not only washing your hands and actually cleaning them because they have clean ingredients, but you are getting those immune boosting properties. And it also is gentle on the hands. So if you have sensitive skin, it's going to be a lot more gentle and soothing on your skin. And that's pretty much it for me. I don't know even what my time is, but I feel like I might have gone over. Anyways, I hope I'm not in trouble. But these beautiful bottles are also part of the doTERRA Abode line. So check out all that.
Yeah, I second that. I love our Abode line. I love how, since we can talk for a minute because you were so on time, I love how pretty they are. They show so well. And I know doTERRA is really moving in that direction, you guys, with all the categories. We've had some cool conversations with them about skincare. Like I don't know how many of you have like a 13, 14-year-old girl in the house, but they're very much into their skincare right now. And my daughter's like, I just want the products to look like Drunk Elephant. And then I'll proudly put them on my counter. Well, the Abode line is like, it is that for us mothers. Like we actually love looking at the products. So definitely check those out. Good job, Colleen. That was so thorough. And you are the queen of the green clean. We always love coming to your house when you host events and stuff. It always looks so pretty. Okay, up next we have Miss Anna Bordner. She is like living what she's teaching right now with a newborn in the house. She has so much to share with you guys. So good luck keeping it under 10 minutes, Anna.
I know, right? I'm like, this is going to be fun because I have a 9-month-old who doesn't really sleep. So my sleep time is condensed from, my normal sleep time to a couple hours less than that. So the key for me, I'm finding, is to clear my mind, get to sleep quickly, and get into that deep sleep as quickly as possible. So not like staying up, worrying about what's happening all day long. And also getting the baby on the routine. So I know this is not like oils related, but making sure she's on a routine, and making sure I'm taking my MetaPower, making sure I'm taking my Lifelong Vitality and getting that nutrition in for both of us. And then what I do with her is it starts with the baby, really. Like she needs to sleep so that I can sleep. So after her bath, the first thing I do, this is not on the notes list, but worth a honorable mention, is the Kids Calmer Restful Blend. This goes on the back of her neck or behind her ears as I'm changing her into her pajamas after her nap. As I'm putting on the diffuser for her. So what I love to diffuse around the baby, and she's actually still in our room in her little crib in there. So I love Serenity. And if you have the Breathe bottle, a couple drops of Serenity, a couple drops of Breathe is so beautiful to diffuse at night. The other thing I will do for her, because she's kind of like a teething snotty mess right now. So I'll take the breathe roller and just put a little dot right on her chest or a little swipe right down her back. And that is so helpful to just get her into that just sleep mode. Just, hey, we're putting on some oils. This is our routine. And then she goes to bed. And then that's when I start my bedtime routine. And normally I couldn't go in my room and show you the setup because she's in there sleeping. But another one that I like to diffuse while I'm talking about the diffuser is cedarwood. Cedarwood is this awesome, obviously woodsy smell. And I know baby tips are always appreciated 8 years later, and I have another one. But I love cedarwood and vetiver together. I know we have the roller on the sleep notes, but if you have the bottle of vetiver and don't know what to do with it, diffuse it in your diffuser with maybe 2 drops of vetiver and 2 drops of cedarwood. It smells like a campfire. My husband loves this blend. So this is another good one. And another way to use your cedarwood and vetiver that might be sitting there if you don't know how to use it. So another thing I like to do, there's a bottle of cedarwood in my bathroom. And I just found out about this tip actually. So I'm so excited to continue using it, but I use the Barrage line for skincare. And what I will do is after the shower, I do my skincare routine, but in my moisturizer, I'll usually add like an extra oil, kind of depending on what I'm feeling for the day. But at night, it's really nice to use a calming oil in it. Cedarwood is not only calming for the mind, it's also great for your skin. So it's soothing your skin and it's soothing your mind at the same time. So adding just a drop goes a long way in your Barrage moisturizer or whatever moisturizer you're using. So that starts that process, right, of getting your mind turned down a little bit. Also, normally in my bathroom, which I am out of right now and they're on their way here, are the Serenity Soft Gel supplements. Those are like my favorite things ever. They help me sleep, which is so great. So when I first started using them, the way I would explain it is they just helped me get into that deep sleep faster. And it was calming. It was just, I don't really know how to explain it, but it was just a really nice deep sleep without struggling to get to sleep. And the other thing I wanted to mention is it's not like you're not going to wake up. So I have a baby. I have to wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes even the older ones will just, do that like creepy thing where they come in and try to, see what you're doing at 2 a.m. And I wake up for it. It's not like I'm a groggy sleeper with the Serenity Soft Gels. So I wanted to mention that because I know sometimes that's a concern when I tell people about them. No, you can still wake up as needed with the kiddos or whatever. But the Serenity Soft Gels are awesome. I also like to do as I'm winding down for the day before I'm in bed. So not when I'm in bed just yet, is the Balance grounding blend. So in this one, there's frankincense, there's spruce oil, blue tansy, and it's pre-diluted with coconut oil. So this one is gorgeous to use as a grounding blend. I actually used to call this one my hide in the bathroom from the kids oil and would keep it just like on the shelf in the bathroom when my older 2 were younger. But to use this, I love to just put this on my wrist, maybe rub it into my hands as well, and just take a moment. So this is like when you need a moment, this is the oil that you use, this grounding blend. It smells amazing. If you have it next to you, you've had a day, good time to use it. So that Balance just brings your mind to that more calmer state. What else? Okay, so that's kind of like my bedtime routine. Again, I'll make sure if my diffuser is running low, if it's later that I'm going to bed, I'll refill that. And then what I do as I'm like crawling into bed is I will grab the breathe roller. And what I like to do is I will actually put like a little dot on my nostrils and roll it into my neck here. I just like to have that nice open airways as I'm trying to sleep, as I'm trying to go to bed. And then Serenity. I love this one. It's almost a little sweet, but with like a little bit of vetiver undertone with the vanilla in it, ylang ylang, marjoram. So that's almost like sweet, but with some nice grounding oils in it. And this goes on my temples. So I'll just put a drop on my finger, put it on my temples and behind my ears. And again, just like breathe it in my hands. So that's a good one. And I've also started experimenting a little bit with cedarwood, which is on my wrist as I go to bed. If you're like a side sleeper, I can never figure out which way I want to sleep best, but putting cedarwood or Serenity just on your wrists with your hands near your face is also just a nice calming moment as you're tossing and turning. So those are really what I love for sleep. Kind of another honorable mention, it's a drop of copaiba under my tongue. I love that one too. Yeah, so that's what I have for sleep. I'm going to stick around in the comments too if you guys have questions.
So good, Anna. And it's so nice to have you teach on this when you're in this season of life, because, as we were talking about this, I think it was Susan and I a few months ago, that when we all started in doTERRA, our kids were babies, and it was such a need that we had. And, as we've grown through the years, doTERRA has grown with us. And some of us are sharing on topics tonight, like I'm sharing on skin and how, my skin's evolved over the years and how I just continue to love the things I'm seeing in that department with doTERRA. But you're living that season that so many of us have been in. So we're grateful that you got to speak in such an authentic way tonight.
I know. It's so full circle, because I remember telling people when Harley was a baby, my 9-year-old, I'm like, I use Breathe so she wouldn't be that snotty mess. I'm like, wow, this is like, this is happening again.
Yeah.
And someone mentioned like when you wake up at night. Yes, so the oils that I have next to my bed, I'll do the same thing, the copaiba or the Serenity and the Breathe again, if I wake up in the middle of the night. So that's a really good point. I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, definitely. Because the oils, guys, metabolize within about 30 to 45 minutes, which means you can very safely use them hourly if you need to as support tools, right? If you're waking up every hour, they're there for you. Thank you so much, Anna. Wow, I'm so impressed so far with my team, you guys. I mean, they are total rock stars, but they're crushing it.
Trying to talk fast.
So Rebecca's going to come on and talk about digestive health. No pressure, Rebecca, but they've all knocked it out in less than 10 minutes. So we're going to do a giveaway after Rebecca.
Super sexy topic of digestion.
You'll make it sexy.
Yeah. I want to say hi to Allie, though, in Florida first before I get going. Hi, Allie. So digestion, obviously, guys, this is an important topic for us to focus in on. But digestion, to me, if we check in with ourselves and we're really getting real about this, I think digestion might be that one area that we're not always super intentional about. Like we set out to be intentional about our immune health. We set out to, manage our emotions. We set out to have glowing skin. But how many times do you sit back and like really think about your digestion until there's a problem, right? And when there's a digestive problem in your life, it can alter your day. It can ruin a vacation. It can spoil a special get together. So it is extremely important for us to have a few tools in our toolkit to be able to manage anything that pops up when it comes to digestion. So I would love for us to get super intentional, and we will at the end of this 10 minutes. We'll talk about some key products that you have actually already heard about. Megan addressed them already, and I'm just going to overlap ever so slightly because you'll see everything we talk about really weaves itself into the next topic. But for starters, what I would love to do is focus in on the 3 products that I think are truly hero products. So if you have never been intentional about your digestion in the past, these are the 3 that I would recommend hands down, are the ones that provide the greatest laser focus and provide you the greatest impact right off the bat. The first one is the peppermint soft gels. These are the unsung hero, I think, in the doTERRA space. If you've tried them before, and if you haven't, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about them because this will be an add to cart right away. This is something you're going to want to have with you. First of all, we know that doTERRA has the best peppermint, right? And when I say that, what I mean is it has a very high menthol content. We also know that when you take, studies have actually shown that when you take peppermint internally, what it does is it helps to relax the gastrointestinal muscles and the stomach. It calms the stomach, it calms the intestines. This is exactly, you want it to be in a relaxed state. What I love about the peppermint soft gels is they have this enteric coating, which allows them to bypass the stomach acid and gets into that intestinal area where it has its greatest impact. This is a beautiful product for you to take anywhere between 30 minutes to 60 minutes before a meal. And in particular, think about this. I want you to think of a time when you have sat down to a meal that you know typically agitates your stomach. I want you to try the peppermint soft gels 30 to 60 minutes prior to that meal. And I want you to do a little bit of a comparative research just for yourself. Because it has the ability to calm the stomach and relax that gastrointestinal muscle, you will notice improvement in your digestion. The other thing I want you to consider is that many times when we are stressed, our digestion is off just because we have been stressed. If we can add something like this hero product into our daily routine, or sporadically whenever we need it, our digestion becomes far more improved. Your stress is decreased, because think about it. If you're stressed and then you eat, what happens? It compounds. You become more stressed. You have difficulty digesting. That stresses you out. It just keeps getting worse and worse. These soft gels are a solution that are easy, they are effective, and they work really, really quickly. So I invite you to take a look at those. A laser focus product. It's a hero product. The next thing, because we're talking about soft gels, we're talking about consuming a supplement, I'm going to take you in the direction of another supplement called Digest Zen soft gels. Same thing. This is something that you consume. You don't have to take this one ahead of your meal. You would either take this one with your meal or even after your meal. You know yourself best, and you know when you begin to notice some discomfort around something that you've consumed. This is the perfect time to take this soft gel. And this is a combination of a few ingredients. And if you're lucky enough to still have a grandmother living or a great grandmother living, and you were to run any of these ingredients by her and get her opinion on how they work with digestion, I promise you what she would tell you is any one of these products work very well with digestion, but doTERRA, as they always do, have combined each of these ingredients to create a synergistic product that works extremely effectively, quickly. You'll be so grateful for it. So the ingredients are peppermint, coriander, fennel, anise, ginger root, caraway seed, and cardamom. Beautiful combination. So again, you would take that one as needed. The third product that I want to call to your attention that I consider a hero product, or one of those laser focused products, is not a supplement. Now we're moving into a topical product, but it is also called Digest Zen. So in Canada, if you're Canadian like me, it's actually called Zengest. Exact same ingredients, same product, just a different name, just to kind of mix things up a little. The way you would use this product, this is again, is a hero product, but you're going to obviously apply this topically. So my recommendation is to be applying it on the abdomen. If you've ever used this before, you know this is something that you can share easily with a friend, or if you've got kids in your home and digestive discomfort becomes apparent, this works really, really quick. The delivery system is obviously different. So instead of consuming something and have it move through your digestive tract, you're now absorbing it through your skin, and your body is processing it in a slightly different way, but extremely effective. You can apply this, as I mentioned, to the abdominal area, paying specific attention to around the belly button. That's the best place to think of it. Think of that as the bullseye. Or you can apply it to the bottoms of the feet. It's really unique how these products go to work and how they're absorbed through the pores in the bottoms of your feet. And even though we're talking all things digestion, applying to the bottoms of the feet is a very effective way to get the results you're looking for and relieve the discomfort that can sometimes pop up from various things that we've consumed. Okay, so those are the 3 laser focused products. Now, I want to just recall some of the items that Megan talked about in the beginning when we were talking foundational health. These are beautiful add-ons as they relate to digestive health as well. The first one is Terrazyme. This is a digestive enzyme. So your body is constantly in the process of creating enzymes for the purpose of digesting your food and translating that food into nutrition that can be used and expressed as energy. When you use Terrazyme, you're supporting your body in that process. And I'm just going to put this out here for you guys so you can do a little bit of research on your own. But if you go into Google and you type in doTERRA Terrazyme oatmeal experiment, and you heard that right, doTERRA oatmeal experiment, what you're going to see, many wellness advocates have done this experiment where they make a bowl of oatmeal, and you know what oatmeal looks like when it's been prepared. It's thick, it's chunky, it's hard to move around. They open up a Terrazyme capsule, drop it in, mix it around, and within about 15 minutes, the enzymes from Terrazyme have broken down that oatmeal and have truly liquefied it. So if you're a visual learner and you like to really see how a product is working in real life, in real time, either look that up on Google or try it for yourself. Try it for yourself and show your family and just let them know how wonderful this product is. Last but not least, I also want to overlap another one that Megan touched on, or that Megan brought to our attention through the foundational health, and that's the PB Assist. That's our probiotic. She shared so many amazing things with us. What I would add to that, and here's where we have come to the point where we're no longer talking about laser focus digestive products. We're actually talking about being intentional with our gut health now with Terrazyme and with PB Assist. When you populate your gut with good bacteria, this is very favorable. This is the desired state, a gut filled with good bacteria. What you need to know about doTERRA's, and Meg already touched on this, is it is very unique. The things that I would call attention to, it's very portable. You don't have to refrigerate this probiotic. If you've been on a probiotic before, you know that most of them have to be refrigerated. That's not the case because of the way this is encapsulated. And the other thing is that this has 6 strains of bacteria, which is very unique, unlike other products on the market. This is what it is to be intentional about our gut health. So you've gone from 3 laser focused products with the peppermint soft gels, the Digest Zen supplements, as well as the Digest Zen roller bottle. And then moving into a more intentional space, you're adding Terrazyme, you're adding the PB Assist. The only other thing that I'm going to add to your list, because it weaves in so beautifully, is the MetaPower Essential Oil Blend. When you break down the ingredients that are in that, we're now becoming more familiar with how lemon, grapefruit, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon all activate the body's system, reducing inflammation in the body and therefore supporting an amazing gut health. Digestion is so important. If we get more intentional about it, oh boy, we're going to feel so good all day, every day. All right. Who am I turning it over to, Ange?
That was so good. So in depth. I feel like that was an hour packed into 10 minutes. You probably need to do some deep breathing now, right? Yes. And actually we had about 10 people hop in just as you started talking, which I'm not surprised, jumped into the Zoom room, perhaps just for your topic, because digestive health is probably one of the most popular reasons that people get started with doTERRA. The Digest Zen family of products, you guys, is so powerful. They work so quickly. We've had some great conversation in the chat here. You'll want to scroll through and grab some tips, guys, because I would say like even bloating, it tends to happen for some people every day, and it's so uncomfortable, and you can knock it out in like 10 minutes with these products. So we gave you some fun things in there to try if you want to give that a go. All right, we're going to do a quick giveaway. And then we're going to turn it over to Naomi. She's going to be talking about the immune system. So I'm just going to pull up gallery view and I'm going to look away and I'm going to find one of you in the Brady Bunch grid here. So Leilani Parrish, You've won. So here's what we're going to do, Leila. We're going to message you tomorrow with the list of 95 different oils you can choose from. And you're going to choose which you would like to receive 8 vials of. So sorry, that didn't make sense. Choose which 8 oils you would like to receive vials of. And we're going to send you a cute little keychain that keeps the oils with you while you're on the go. So we'll message you tomorrow with a list of 95 oils you can choose from. So if you've had some on your wish list for a while, then this is a nice way to try them before you buy them. All right, so Naomi, are you ready to take it over? Immune system. How many of us are in a season where we could use some extra support with that, right? All right, rock it, girl. I think you're muted.
Oh,
There we go.
was I talking to myself?
I think you're good.
And I wanted to say hi to all the familiar faces and names I see on tonight. I was like wanted a big shout out. I recognize a lot of the names I went through. I'm doing immune system, which is so popular in my house. I'm going to start out with the bare bones because, and I love this topic because immunity is so important. And I love how you can have kids in the house and they gravitate towards using stuff that works. Like they're not going to use anything that doesn't work. I just noticed that through the years and they're quite honest. And this here is first product I'm going to start with, which is the On Guard soft gels. So these here, we literally have a few bottles of this in the house because whenever the kids go away, it's in their bag. And we also have to have it at our like health station and our pantry and our kitchen. And we can't run out of these. So it's like super imperative and important. So when you're feeling run down or in those winter months where you're just feeling like, okay, feel like I'm getting run down or you start to get like a scratchy throat, take 2 of these in the morning. We do. You can take 1, but for, I don't know, we just automatically just take 2 and then 2 at night. And we find that works really, really good. And it helps to like boost your immunity so you don't really get run down and sick. And you could honestly like fight off like a cold or flu that's coming your way. And it just helps trigger the body to heal that way. And the next product we have is I had to go run and look for this in my house. It was in my son's bedroom, which is good. It's getting used. So you can rub this in the bottom of your feet or else, so the bottom of the feet you want to do because it has the largest pores and it uptakes to your system. So anything you put on your body will get into your system. It's absorbed. So that's why it's so crucial to use stuff that's pure. And you will be able to find the purity of this. There's a batch number on the bottom. And doTERRA is so transparent with what's in their products. So you know what you're putting on your skin is good. And plus the oils themselves are super pure. So they're going to interact with the body and trigger it to boost your immunity. So that's another important one. And then if you're feeling like you're run down, you're getting a sore throat, this has like been a savior. Just rub it on your throat, on the outside of your throat area. And it works good that way too. And in the winter, so if you guys are anything like us, usually it's drier in this environment where we live here in Ontario, and I have a hard time breathing, especially in the winter months. And when you're run down, it just feels harder. So I love carrying this in my purse. And plus I have one at our health station in the kitchen, and it's the Breeze Stick. So instead of what a lot of people know is of Vicks, we replaced Vicks with this. And it's a Breeze Stick. And I honestly, this is one thing I do all in the winter months, but especially when I'm run down and need to boost my immunity, I will just rub it underneath my nose or on the bridge of my nose. And I did it before I got on because it just opens everything up. It feels good. It's refreshing. And the oils are honestly like superior to help with your immune system and help you through those winter months, especially, or when you have a cold and flu coming on or you feel run down. And the next 2 products I have, the straight up oil is great. Especially if you want to take it internally, you could gargle with it. It'll be great, like as a mouthwash, but also gargling, it gets in the throat area, and then it will help get into your system more. And then a lot has been in the news and like, just what's been going on last few years to take zinc, vitamin D and C. And these have On Guard in it. So these are great. So you can chew on them, use them as lozenges like candies.
and they're great tablets that are chewable. So these I always have usually in my purse, and we have at our health station too. So whenever you want to boost your immune system, when you feel like you're run down, these are key. So these we've been living on too. So these are the essentials, but the base of everything I know we've talked about is the lifelong vitality. If you want to like foolproof this or bulletproof what we're doing here, you want to try these. And I say try because on the side of it, if you can see, if you try it for 30 days and you're not happy, you can control it, like they're guaranteed. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. These are build a foundation. So this stuff here that you're using is like picked up a notch. And we've done that. We've tried that out. And so that's my testimony. It's like, when I first used the oils, I never used the LLV system, which is awesome. And I honestly, to find a good micro nutrient that's like micronized vitamins and minerals is hard to get, because the bottle like about this size. So where's my vitamins and minerals? Which it includes 3 bottles, but this one was comparable in price to getting all 3 of these from doTERRA, because they highly reduce them and it's like in a kit like this. And if you buy them individually like this, and I've used to use other brands before, like literally for a micronized vitamin quality, your price doesn't even compare. So you can get all 3 of them for that and try it out in 30 days. If you're not happy, you can return it. But honestly, it is the base of your foundation of wellness. And when you have holes in and gaps in your nutrition, and honestly, I don't think there's any of us that have ideal nutrition daily. This will build on it and help you. And it's a foundation of our wellness. So that is it. I don't know. I put a timer on, but went away. I think I'm
Again,
good.
super impressed.
I have 2 minutes.
Great job. Great job. Yeah. And I put this into the comments, you guys. Some of the products Naomi just taught on are only available out of the US warehouse. So if you are a Canadian who wants to try ordering from the US warehouse, you can do that anytime. And you won't pay anything but the exchange rate. So you won't pay tax actually, and you won't pay any customs or duties. So yeah, and I wanted to just comment, On Guard was actually the first blend that I had tried of doTERRA. I had been using Young Living oils for a couple of years before doTERRA, way back. So we're talking like 2010. And On Guard was sent to me, and I happened to have a little bit of a sore throat that week. And so I tapped some of the oil into a little shot glass, added some water to the top, and just gargled and swallowed. And my sore throat was soothed within the hour. And I feel like I had really stopped something from taking over. And that was the experience that caused me to stop using Young Living and start using doTERRA way back. So, and then the rest is history, I guess, as they say. But I was using them for about 6 months before I started sharing them with anybody, because I was really trying to build a whole library of experiences, and On Guard was the hero oil for me. So immune system is something that you can definitely feel more supported in with your doTERRA oils. And just, I think the key is catch it early, right? Naomi talked about the soft gels and how powerful they are. They will knock it out as long as you take them early enough before something goes full blown. All right, Britt McDonald, she's up next. She's going to go through the topic of pain, and she's had some really great stories over the years with it. She'll share a little bit of that with you, but I know this is another really hot topic that people join doTERRA for. So your solutions are here. We assure you of that. So Britt, ready to take it over?
Yes. Okay. So I have I could tell you lots of stories about pain. I have 3 boys in my house to start with. So just picture that. And I've been in the fitness industry for over 20 years. So again, I work with a lot of people who deal with like good pain and bad pain. But my powerful story is kind of how I want to kick this off. Is I started with doTERRA 9 years ago, like almost exactly to this day. And I got them just for general health and immune support and wellness with our family. But one thing that I struggled with since I was like in grade 7 or 8 was the earliest I remember, was migraines. So hugely, like I remember sitting in class in grade 8, all of a sudden I was seeing these black floating dots. Half of the side of my body went numb. I couldn't feel my tongue, and I like literally couldn't move. And that's how my migraines always started. So for years, I have dealt with migraines, and I have tried all the things. And I have tried some things that were not effective, but like I paid for it later. I have tried other things that were incredibly effective at like halting what I was feeling and preventing it from going farther. But I was in bed then for 2 days after and had this like crazy like migraine hangover. And so when I had my kids, it's like, as a mom with little kids, you can't be in bed for 2 days to deal with the side effects of the medication you were taking from this migraine. So I would have to just push through and just deal with it. So when I got the oils, I was like, okay, super skeptical. This is like, but let's give it a try. So the first time that I had a migraine, when I had my oils, I attempted to get everybody ready for bed. I prepped because I knew that I'd probably end up in bed and, have to get ready for the next day as well. Well, I started with frankincense, I started with deep blue, and I started with peppermint. I took peppermint and frankincense to the roof of my mouth. I swiped all three, deep blue, frankincense, peppermint, across my forehead, on my temples. I massaged into my head, and I put on the base of my skull. And about 20 minutes later, after I put my kids to bed, I came out ready to go to bed myself, and I realized that I was hungry. And like that does not, those two things, like a migraine and even a headache, right? And hunger, like doesn't go. And I sat with that for a minute. It's like, what am I actually feeling? And I just felt like this lightness. Like I just felt like I wasn't sick to my stomach. I felt focused. I felt good. And so I waited a little bit just to see how this would play out. Cause I'm like, there's no way that this worked that quickly and that efficiently. Waited longer. I was hungry. I actually ate something, and I dove into a little bit of work on my laptop, which again would not have happened because like that would have triggered for sure, like all these other side effects. Went to bed that night, ready to wake up in the morning or halfway through the night and to be full blown, nothing. So that is my like, wow moment. And that's been the oils that I've been using to this day. I've swapped them out a little bit. So instead of frankincense, I use copaiba now instead. I find copaiba more effective, but I also can't stand the smell of frankincense anymore. And I think it's because I associate it with migraines, like it actually makes me sick. And then I also have swapped the deep blue, like the roller, with the actual rub. But I actually don't even get them anymore, which is a crazy thing. And that, I believe the only thing I've changed is supporting myself with the lifelong vitality that everybody has talked about. I started taking it to support my body as a whole, to get rid of a lot of, different things that were going on, different inflammation, just take control of my health. And I honestly didn't feel a change. I didn't notice a difference. So if you're somebody who's taken it and you didn't notice a difference, this could be why. Then when I stopped taking it, when I went on vacation, right away, I got a migraine. And I haven't been without it since then. So that is my like powerful story when it comes to like pain support. So let's dive a little bit into each of these and also other ways you can use them. So the deep blue stick, I do need to speak to 100%. I would say this is like my number one go-to product for all of us. Like we don't live without it. It's super easy. You swipe it on, you don't have to rub it in. It's safe for everybody. I rub it in the kids' legs when they're, growing or after sports. I recommend it to all my clients who are dealing with all that stiffness and soreness after they've had a really good workout. When you're active, it's just a great everyday daily use, topical, rub on, super powerful. It's got the copaiba in it as well. And it's got the menthol strength in it. Like it's like, what did they say? Over the counter menthol strength. So it's like great for like incredible for aches and pains temporarily, like basically anything you can think of when you've got something going on, just roll it on, rub it on. So that's the Deep Blue stick. Number one, hands down. I mean, all the Deep Blue products will work, but this is my favorite. The next one I want to talk about is peppermint. So we've touched on peppermint a little bit tonight with all the menthol. Peppermint roller, we've touched on that as well. You don't have to get it on your hands. You just roll it on. I find when I pair peppermint with Deep Blue, it just is even more effective, more cooling, more powerful. It like makes it absorb and drive in deeper. Peppermint on its own, like peppermint roller, keep it in your purse, keep it in your car. It's one of those great oils to just give you instant like relief and relaxation and calming and just like this cooling, awakening effect throughout your body. Okay. So peppermint roller, you could also use just the actual peppermint. Aroma Touch. So this beautiful blend is one of my favorites lately. So any sort of pain support, this one is my favorite to bring for a massage or to massage in to the body, especially like back, neck, shoulders, legs. It's also my favorite in the bathtub. So grab a cup of Epsom salts, drop in a whole bunch of Aroma Touch, and just sit there relaxing and soothing. It's got cypress, marjoram, peppermint, basil, lots of those oils that are super supportive at just relaxing and soothing all of those important, tight, tense, ouch areas. Okay, so next up is this Deep Blue polyphenol complex. So this is my daily dose. I used to take this every single day. And I also think that this helped with supporting, you know, the ongoing migraines that I had. I only take this now when I feel something coming on. But if you're somebody who suffers with, you know, a lot of pain and inflammation on a daily basis, then like give it a shot. Take it every single day. It's got frankincense and turmeric in it. Super powerful when we're like talking about like your daily antioxidant support, right? It's also got magnesium in it, which is fabulous for just this calming, right, of the body. So that is my daily dose of support. What do I got next? Okay, lifelong vitality. I do have to mention that, like everybody has talked about, but seriously, a game changer and truly the foundation of like your health. Again, I was like Megan, like she said at the beginning of the story, like in the fitness industry, told to try all the supplements, didn't believe in them. I didn't even believe in them when I started taking them until I stopped taking them. So this is the support and the key to the body, in my opinion. And then turmeric, these amazing dual chamber capsules. Incredible, incredible. I know that people who have, this is one of my dailies that I use if I feel something coming on now. I know I'm using all these, but that's how it goes sometimes. People who really experience like chronic back issues, things going on with their head, neck, shoulders, and back, this has been a game changer for them. Like in the immediate, give me relief, but also in the long term. And then I have one more that I do need to recommend and speak to, and that is Tamer. So it is in the kids line. This not only for kids, this is like my go-to. If you don't want something as like wow in your face as peppermint, this is what it's all about, is Tamer. Also great for kids, so it's not quite as dicey as the peppermint. Rolling it on the temples, down the back of the spine, on the neck, or just breathing it in, and then on the stomach as well. And that is it, all in a nutshell.
So good. There's nothing like Deep Blue either. Just like, and what you described for people with your migraine experience, Britt, there were quite a few people in the chat that were like, wow, you know, my husband has migraines, or, you know, it's so cool to know that there's something you can try. Cause I find that's the thing when all we're left with is the pharmaceutical world. it sometimes puts us in a position where it's like, oh, I don't want to take something, and then we suffer, right? So especially when it comes to migraines, which can be so chronic and just something you don't want to get super dependent on pharmaceuticals for. So and how cool that you actually over time were able to remove them entirely. That's a really awesome story. All right, you guys, we're rocking and rolling. We have 2 more topics we want to share with you. So Susan is going to jump on next to talk about emotional support with oils, which again is a huge draw with doTERRA. And Susan started with doTERRA around the same time I did, and both of us with young kids. And you know, especially if you're a mom and you've got young kids right now, sometimes you just need something just in the moment to just like jolt your system, right? And almost like transport you into another realm. And that's where the oils really serve us well. So Susan, take it away.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Britt, that was so great. Tonight's class has been amazing. I just feel like after coming out of the last couple of years, it's been so refreshing to have reminders of just how impactful, like in our homes, some of these uses are. So hopefully there's something here in the emotions toolkit that you'll be able to take with you, because I really feel like our emotions, when we're holding them in or experiencing them, have a tendency to show up in our body in all kinds of wacky ways that we sometimes don't pinpoint as to being something that we're holding on the inside. So when we can get our body into a calm state, everything else is stronger. And I'm sure you can think of a time where you have been frazzled or overwhelmed, and just how like nothing else runs smoothly when your body is feeling that way. And my big light bulb moment for me was like shortly into my first couple of experiences as a customer. I was running a home daycare. I was newly pregnant. I had a toddler. And for me, it was kind of the first experience as a mom where I really felt stretched and completely overwhelmed. And I can very vividly remember having a near breakdown, meltdown one afternoon that just crept up on me. And for me, that was kind of the first time I had ever experienced an intense amount of overwhelm. And I grabbed wild orange simply because for me at the time, and still to this day, it is one of my most like loved smells. And I would just leave you with that quick tip that don't overthink what oil you need to have for the right moment in your emotions. It's quite often going to be whatever smell you just plain love the most that will serve you in that moment. And I just remember like I could not stop the tears. I could not stop the like big gasping sobs. And it was simply just getting a few drops of wild orange into my hand and popping it over my nose, as many of us are taught early in our days as a customer, is just to make this little tent and inhaling it. And what happens is that oils start to interact with your limbic system, and that influences mood, stress, anxiety in your body, any sort of like depressive symptoms that you might be having. So don't underestimate the power of simply just opening up a bottle and smelling it when you're in a state of like just feeling completely out of control. Super empowering to know that you can create that moment for yourself in the moment. So I wanted to start after that with a little mini kit here that if I had to pick like three oils, 3 products, and I love that most of these have been talked about already tonight, because it just goes to show that when you make an investment into your home and into your life with essential oils, they will actually be serving you in all of these different categories, as you'll kind of come to see by the end of this class. But Anna had mentioned the power of balance oil, and I have always loved describing balance oil as if you feel your emotional state does a little bit of this throughout the day. And I don't think I've ever taught a class where I didn't have people nod because they could identify what it feels like to be up and down throughout the day. Your balance grounding blend on your pulse points, on the bottoms of your feet, in a diffuser is going to be a really great oil to start your emotional support journey with. Adaptive, we've talked about tonight. What I love about adaptive in a roller is, again, you can toss this in a purse or a bag and very like discreetly roll it on your wrists in a, if you happen to be driving and you're overwhelmed, or you catch yourself in a moment at work, or just, somewhere where it's maybe you don't have a diffuser handy. The power of having an oil in a touch roller bottle is really cool, because nobody would really assume you're doing anything than maybe touching up your perfume, but you're able to support yourself in the moment. And then the Serenity soft gels, which again, Anna had talked about these during the sleep topic. I love these, especially if you are somebody who has a hard time shutting your brain down at night, or you get into bed and all of a sudden maybe all the emotions that you've been keeping in all day, you know, and all the roles that you play in your life start to catch up with you. This little routine throughout the day, like balance first thing in the morning when you wake up, adaptive throughout the day, and then starting your evening routine with the Serenity oils. We've bundled these up in a little mini starter kit. And I think that they're a really effective way to kind of start your journey in having tools on hand. Now, the other kit that I really love, especially for those of you guys that have just kind of this natural interest in supporting your emotions, is the Aromatic Touch Kit. Now, this is your kit of roller bottles that is going to cover things like motivation, feeling more cheerful. We have an oil called Console and an oil called Forgive. So again, if you're in a state of life experiences, or you have somebody close to you who's going through things that are, you know, very tough, or around grief, or just forgiveness in general, there's so much cool research out there around the impact of how these oils have been blended together. So that's kind of your mid kit if you're somebody who just wants to get every category in a sweet little kit and have them for topical use. Again, perfectly suited for your kids to be able to roll on them at bedtime and create little routines, and teaching them the power of being able to grab something that they can use themselves, right? Get them into a routine of filling up a diffuser, rolling something, and have them experience. There's been many, many times where we've had a meltdown going on, and it's, you know, pretty inconspicuous just to walk up and roll the spine or drop something into their hands. If you drop an oil into your kids' hands, they will just almost automatically, naturally, without you even having to coax them, bring them up to smell. And I can't tell you how many times I've been driving with a meltdown happening. And if you have something, you know, close by, and you just say, throw out your hand and toss some oils into your hands, all these moments, right, where you're just not prepared to deal with life when you're driving, or maybe you're out somewhere in public, lean on these tools that are easy to pull out and roll on your kids or yourself. A few others that I would add, if you were going to expand on this to be able to get your free diffuser, would be to get yourself the Serenity oil in the straight oil, the blend, and to add the adaptive soft gels. So myself, the other night, I had an unexpected rise of emotions hit me when I laid down to go to sleep. I had no idea I was carrying it around, but once I finally relaxed and tried to go to sleep, I just felt like this tension and overwhelm, like completely creep up on my body. And this was what I went to the cabinet and grabbed. And I don't know if any of you guys are on the call right now and you want to chime in. It blows my mind, the quick release of tension that you can almost feel within 10 to 20 minutes after taking an adaptive capsule. They really just pump the brakes on your brain. And if you tend to feel emotions in your body, or you start to feel stress or overwhelm, and you can just feel it in you, experiment with these, because it's really impactful to start to have that moment where you feel it dissipate in your body. And again, like when you are stressed, I feel like there is nothing more empowering than to have something that doesn't have side effects, that doesn't require, you know, a doctor just handing over a prescription without really getting to know what's going on with you. This is your opportunity to really be the student of your body and play around with things that are completely safe to try. And then again, I would add one last tip of not underestimating the power of a diffuser that is cordless, that you can plop down wherever needed in the moment. For our household, I have a real struggle getting my kids out of bed in the morning, and sometimes that leads to a really grumpy breakfast and getting out the door. So I have found that it's really helpful for me to be able to put adaptive or a citrusy oil into the diffuser. I set it down where they're going to have breakfast before they come out of their bedrooms, and it helps set the tone for me. So, I mean, as a woman, as a mom, if you're on this call and your role is to take care of others, take care of yourself first, know who it is that you're pouring out to for the rest of the day, and have these tools as a part of your routine that, again, are going to serve you when it comes to sleep and pain and digestion, like all the different categories these are popping up in. And the empowerment of feeling good for you first really, really serves the rest of your family and the people that you show up for. And I just think that's such a win when it comes to our emotional state. And I'm really excited to dive into my other favorite topic with Ange, which is glowing skin.
Yeah, that was beautiful, Susan. I was actually really taken back reading through the chat. So many of you are having really incredible experiences emotionally with the oils. I actually think I might save this chat and embed it in with the recording when we send this out, because what you guys share is so helpful for other people. And you can sense, just as even the teachers are sharing their experiences tonight, sometimes you might grab that one little piece of information and it can actually change your life. Like, really. And actually, Susan, I was picturing you driving with the boys in the back and just like throwing bottles at them. They know what to do by now with those bottles. One cool thing I just want to share on adaptive, my father-in-law, he actually gets this like nervous hacking cough, like this anxiously rooted cough that will just come on at any strange moment where he'll just start coughing. And we learned that when we give him an adaptive capsule, it breaks, like it within minutes, the coughing stops, because it's not an immune situation. It's actually like an anxious emotional situation. So play with adaptive, as Susan said, it is a really powerful line. All right, guys, we're going to take it home and we're going to talk about glowing skin, which is my favorite topic. And I do want to share with you that skin health was something that was actually not great for me most of my life. When I was in high school, I was on 2 rounds of Accutane. I don't know how many of you were ever on that nasty pharmaceutical, but I used to have to, and I shouldn't say have to, because I happily left period 3 in high school every month to go get blood tests done, which you had to do when you're on Accutane, just in case you might be pregnant, because it was so intense that it could actually kill your baby. So I took 2 rounds of that when I was in high school because I had horrible skin. And then, through my 20s, I started to dive into the world of nutrition and health. And I started to learn a lot about the internal state and gut health and how it all shows on the outside. But what I do want to share with you today is when I look at pictures of myself in my 20s, my skin today is far, far healthier at the age of 43 than it was when I was in my early 20s. And the reason I want to share that with you is I don't do anything really to my face beyond focusing on good water intake, good fats, the good oils internally and topically. And when I was choosing the products I wanted to share with you tonight, I really did choose my favorites. And it's hard because, as you learned tonight, a lot of the oils and products and supplements cross jump, right? You take LLV, it's going to impact all of the things we talked about tonight, except for green cleaning. You take Terrazyme, the digestive enzymes, it's going to help you with digestion, it's going to help your immune system, but it's also going to really help your skin. So I didn't want to overlap things that were already shared tonight. So I did choose products that we haven't really gone into. But I think what I want to start with is tangerine oil. And I could say the same for any citrus oil. You could sub lemon, grapefruit, green mandarin, wild orange. I just really love tangerine oil for how it tastes in my water, but also it's one of the highest citrus oils with the constituent limonene. Now, limonene is a very cleansing constituent. It is literally going double down cleansing internally for you while it's making your water taste great. Now, water intake, just a quick mention there, you want to have at least half of your body weight in ounces of clean filtered water per day. That would be a good minimum. And so if you're doing that, you might add a couple of drops of your citrus oil to your glass or stainless jar of water, right? So in total, I internally have about 10 drops of citrus oil in my water throughout the day. Sometimes I'll sub in the MetaPower oil blend. It's become a personal fave of mine. I don't know how many of you have tried it. It does have a little citrus in it, but it has a mintier, it's a little bit of grapefruit, a little bit of peppermint, a little bit of ginger. So it's just a really nice all over blend. But this is what I wanted to start with, because your water intake, if you really stay on top of it, you will definitely see a change in your skin. The second oil I want to talk about is cypress. Now, this is probably an unusual one for most of you here. I don't know how many of you even have cypress, but it's high in a constituent called alpha pinene. And this oil is unusual in that it actually works like a natural diuretic. So it helps to calm down inflammation and any water retention that you might be having. It also helps to reduce swollen blood vessels and depuff. So the reason I want to share it with you, and I actually forgot to bring my gua sha tool down. What I love to do in the mornings is I will add a drop of cypress right to my hand. And then I'll add a little bit, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but our Yarrow Palm body serum. I actually love using this on my face, you guys. So I will take this, I'll put a few pumps in my hand, and I will just go right under my eyes. And then I take either a jade roller or a gua sha tool, and I just lightly move the fluids. How many of you, if you wake up in the morning and a lot of the fluid is concentrated under your eyes, that's common as we get older, but it's also definitely going to happen if you are a stomach sleeper. So you want to refrain from sleeping on your stomach as you get older, because it's actually aging your skin on your face, but it's also causing all of the fluids in your body because of gravity to just drag you down, literally drag your face down. So doing this in the morning with cypress oil, you will absolutely see it right in front of you. You can even do a side-by-side just to see how cool and how quickly it actually does work, but it'll help depuff your face. You could do this all along the jawline if you tend to hold fluids here. And it tightens your skin at the same time. It's a beautiful cleansing oil. It's an astringent oil. So it's just really great for the skin. And I think I'll mention this right now too, since I've already mentioned Yarrow Palm. One other way to use your cypress. How many of you do dry skin brushing? Because I don't want to just talk about the face right now. This is a great routine to get into with your oils every day before you hop in the shower, before you go for a workout. This is when you want to do this because you're exfoliating your skin, you're moving your lymph system through your body, which is helping to detoxify you. But you're also opening up the pores so that when you get in the shower, your body is expelling. It's breathing better through your skin. Your skin is one of your main detoxifying organs. So adding a couple drops of cypress right to your body brush will help stimulate into the skin. It'll help tighten, as it's also providing that astringent quality. Alternatively, you could use your Yarrow Palm serum as a post-shower body oil with some cypress in it. I actually like to use cypress and grapefruit together if you have grapefruit oil, and just apply that in right after you get out of the shower. Perfect on dry brushed skin. The only thing to be mindful of with grapefruit oil is it will make you a little bit sensitive to the sun if you live somewhere where you have sun all the time. The only citrus oil that you can actually safely use topically and not get sunburned with is green mandarin oil, if you want to write that one down. So that's a good one to have in the summer months. So cypress and tangerine we included in the mini kit, the first kit. Now, the other product I included in that mini kit is my absolute favorite cleanser. It's the Virage cleanser. I use this every day, twice a day. I've been using it since it launched. I don't know when it launched, 7 or 8 years ago, maybe. It is my absolute favorite, you guys, because it just works perfectly. It dissolves all makeup, all dirt. It dissolves your day away. Even if you're wearing like multiple layers of lotions and potions, it cuts right through and it rinses away really nicely. It doesn't strip your skin, and it has basil in it, which is one of my favorite oils. It has tea tree and it has wild orange. It has amino acids. It has coconut oil, olive oil. It's just the perfect cleanser. So I had to put it in this kit. In the second kit are those 3 products I just went through, and then I added the Yarrow Palm body serum. So again, this is not really limited just to the body, but I will tell you, I keep a smaller bottle of it on my desk in my office, because throughout the day, one thing I love to do is I'll just put a pump of it on the top of my hand. This is one area where we will always show aging, is the top of our hand and our necks. And so what I'll do is I'll just massage this in, and then I press it into my lips, it nourishes my lips, and it's just gorgeous. It is honestly such a luxe carrier oil too, like for diluting your essential oils, just add a couple of pumps of that to your hand. So I have that in kit 2, and that kit comes with free shipping. And then in the third kit, what I decided to add in there was my absolute favorite roller bottle. And I don't think we've talked about this tonight yet, but this is a cult favorite for sure in doTERRA. It's the Immortelle anti-aging, which I don't really love that phrase, but we'll go with it. Immortelle face roller. So this is a pretty intense blend, you guys. And I want to give you a tip. When you order this for the first time, if you have an empty roller bottle, I would encourage you to take this and actually create 2 or 3 roller bottles with it, because it's a really intense blend of very beautiful, potent oils. This guy has frankincense, lavender, sandalwood, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose. Like, can you even, those are all of the richest essential oils in one blend. So if you're going to do that and dilute this down, you would just add about 30 to 40 drops of the Immortelle to 2 other bottles, and then top them up with a carrier oil. And then you're going to take 1 and make 3 out of it. So the way I like to use this is usually at night, I will just draw a bunch of circles under my eyes. And I always take time to roll it and massage it down my neck where my thyroid is and my chest. And I just massage that in. It is such a gorgeous roller bottle for the skin. And then the last product I put in this kit is my favorite moisturizer. This is the Essential Moisturizer. And I want to give you a tip with this one. It creates just a nice barrier on the skin. But what I really love to do is I will put a couple of pumps of this in my hand and 1 pump of the Aropalm serum. So it kind of thins it out a little bit. And then it just helps it to stay on the skin really nicely. You really can't go wrong adding in oils as you're getting older, especially if you live in a very sunny climate. You know, I love the sun. We have our amazing sunscreen line. I hardly ever use it, to be honest, but if I'm going to be out for more than 30 minutes, then I will put it on. But I think it's actually so healthy for the skin to get really good sunshine for like 10 to 20 minutes a day, and just soak up that vitamin D, but then keeping your skin nice and nourished with the oils, it really goes a long way. So, the one other tip I wanted to give you with Immortelle, this is really great on cuticles as well. You'll feel like your nails go strong, like diamond strength when you apply this. It's really nourishing to the cuticles too. So it's helpful if you take that and break it down into 3 separate rollers. But with all of the things we've talked about tonight, when you combine the internal with the topical and you're using very natural products, initially it can take a little bit of time, but you will see such a lasting difference happen. And I would love us as women to move towards a new way of aging, where we embrace wrinkles, we embrace imperfections, where we let our true skin show, like stop with the filters and all the jazz, right? And just play with this a little bit and just watch your essence come through, like that glow that's in you. When you really nourish your body, you will see something so transforming happen on the outside. So let me just grab a few of these questions. Somebody asked about moles and skin tags. Yes. So oregano is actually your go-to for this. It's a very potent oil that we didn't talk about tonight, but it's in a few of the immune products that Naomi went through. So oregano oil, you want to apply to moles and skin tags, and you want to be careful not to apply it too much to the skin surrounding the area. So use a little Q-tip and go right on the source. It'll take about 2 weeks. And you could even, like for skin tags, for example, if you combine oregano oil with the skin tag elastics, that sucker will be off in a couple days. Now you can move from oregano to tea tree. That's a little less caustic. It's not going to burn the skin around that area like oregano tends to at times. Yes, definitely try Immortelle on your brittle nails. You'll notice a big difference. Yes, frankincense. Yes, Susan, thanks. It's another good one to try it's going to be a lot milder than oregano. All right, you guys. So we're going to wrap up the class. I'm going to draw one more winner. So I'm just going to go to Brady Bunch View for a second here. Wow, it's so great that we had so many of you stay on for the full class. That's wonderful. I saw we had some activity popping in for certain topics. Okay, looking away. Donna Como, you are the winner. So we're going to do a keychain for you as well, Donna. You can pick 8 oils of your choice. Okay, so here we're going to wrap up, guys. If we haven't had a chance to get to your question, we'll do that right now in the chat. I know either myself or the girls that are on will make sure that we get your answer to you, but we will have this recording out to you on Wednesday. So it'll come to you through the email list. And the one thing I wanted to leave off with is we're going to be running this class 3 times a year. So the next time we run this is going to be, I believe, June 5th or whatever that first Monday is. So now that you've experienced the class, and we had a lot of longtime customers in the class tonight, which was awesome. It was so great to see so many familiar faces and names. This would be a great class for you to bring a friend to in June. So somebody who maybe has no idea what oils could do for them. And we have something launching for you April the 3rd, all across doTERRA. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's in North America, all across North America. If you want to share doTERRA products, you'll now be able to do that super easily and earn in-store credit by sharing it with friends. So keep that class in mind, keep it in your calendar, and maybe that's something you want to attend with a couple of friends when we run it again. But I just want to finish by thanking my biz partners, my co-teachers tonight. You guys are wonderful. I'm so lucky to work with you. I'm so lucky to be working with you after almost 10 years. I mean, this has been such a trip. And, there's always so much more we can talk about and say, but we don't want to totally overwhelm you. How did you guys like the speed dating style tonight? Is it a thumbs up? Is this like a cool idea? Because we ran this continuing ed style where we ran this over the course of 8 weeks. And if you want to go deep diving, we've linked that for you in the notes package. If you want to go watch a full class on pain, for example, or digestion. But we thought this would be a really cool concept to work with this year and just be able to, because we know attention spans are, a lot shorter these days, right? So anyway, you guys go grab your Serenity soft gels, put on some cedar wood, get a great sleep, and we'll have the recording up to you on Wednesday. Bye for now.